Okay, Calliope 101. The pipes, the keyboard, and played by hand. As you push down on the key, it operates that black valve, which in turn opens an air valve from the air chest right there, and it blows over through the pipes to come out the pipe. So that's all well and good on a manually played instrument. When you want to play with a player mechanism, be it a piano roll or MIDI, you have to hook up to some bellows. So if we follow these rods down that you're hooked to the keys, and there's 3 rows, that's why the 3 different heights on the pins, the bellows will pull down on this, which opens that valve supplying the air to the chest, to the pipes. So, and that's controlled through this vacuum board in the back, through another valves on the other side called Wurlitzer unit valves. And those hoses all come over to the area I'm working on now, supplying the air to this board, which the pipes here, all the brass tubes are hooked up through the bellows. The rods all hook into this area here. So when the bellows is sucked down by the vacuum, it pulls down the rod opening the valve. The problem as these get older, if I cap this, the vacuum, and it comes up slowly. But when you release the vacuum, it pops up. This valve is serviceable, or this bellows, because it actually is fairly supple. But if you hold down on another one that's got cracks in it, you can see it just pops right back up, even though I've got it capped on the backside. Okay, that's what controls it. That's one of the 3 boards. So I've started taking them apart and getting these valves off. You can see the tubes are connected to the holes, which connect to these holes here, which when the vacuum closes this, pulling down on the rod. So these would mount like this. So when they go bad, you have to replace these. And I'll show you now what has to go on 43 times, because there are 43 of these. I've got one board already done and decided to make a little video of this. So we're going to attempt to take this unit valve, or this bellows, off, called a striker key bellows. So give me a minute here. Okay, so now what we've got is this valve here. Well, first thing we have to do, this little spring, we can take that off to get it out of the way, because we're going to pretty much ruin this bellows, but we're going to try to save the hinge, so we can get rid of the little spring clip, put it in a drawer here for that. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to rip the bellows all the way to the other end, because they're already pretty rotten. These were installed in about 1992. So we have to get this open so we can get heat all around this area. The hot hide glue is heat activated and heat release. It goes on hot. As you can see, it comes off fairly clear. And what we're going to do here is take about 2 minutes, and it takes a full 2 minutes to heat this up enough to get the glue to release. So we're going to start this process with the trusty heat gun. And hot hide glue, you don't want to take it over 150 degrees. 145 when you're putting it together tends to do good. There's hinge material on this end that I don't want to come unglued. So I'm going to keep this fairly well supported. But it's going to get hot and I'm going to have to let go of it pretty soon. Get my putty knife here, get it a little warmer. I want to use it to come in underneath once this gets up to temperature, and hopefully this will slide off and everything will be intact as we want it to be. I'll be back. Alright, I think we're just about up to temperature here, getting my putty knife warmed up as well. And I'm glad Dad put this together with hot hide glue, because regular glue works good, but you can't release it and you'd end up destroying all the pieces. And I'm going to have an easier time because Dad made all of the woodworking you see and everything on each valve. So okay, let's see if this is going to be good enough. And put the putty knife down under here. All right, I got the glue hot enough. It just slides in between there and lifts right off. And the wood is intact. There's a little buildup, which I'll have to sand to get smooth again. But this will work very well. And the hinge is all in one piece. Again, Dad made all these individually. All the different pieces with the bumpers on them, the little wood increased here are so that when the bellows closes, it doesn't close all the way and doesn't crease as bad. So in another video, I'll show you taking these apart, heating around, getting the hot hide glue to come loose again. So hopefully that's not too boring. That's just a matter of what I'm doing. And appreciate Dad's patience with me for rebuilding this.